know when it's live. I'll introduce us, and then we can go from there.
Whoa, it did it again. Why does this do this? That was weird. Shaken baby syndrome.
I'm gonna hit go live now. Oh wait, I'll give you a second. Alright. And we are live. Alright, so we are here today with Charmaine Mulligan, Char Angelostro, and myself, Adam Rice. We're doing a second video for Op Exposed CPS. We have a story that Charmaine would like to elaborate on in a second. First, I just wanted to inform viewers that hadn't seen already that we are organizing an event in New Jersey on the 17th of this month. It is going to be a Cube of Truth. If anybody has followed like the animal rights and vegan anonymous groups, they have a tactic where they do a circle of truth, really exposing facts to people in a very peaceful manner. And we're going to be attempting to do that for this cause. We think it's time and very, very important that we stand up for our children. And without further ado, I'm going to pass it off to Char and Charmaine and get the conversation going. And afterwards, I'm going to be restreaming her video from earlier with a plea for unity to international yellow vest movements to stand together for good causes like this.
Thank you, Adam. And yes, we are doing the Circle of Truth in New Jersey, and that would be June 17th. We do have people coming in from all over the states to join us, and that's against CPS. We are doing an Op CPS, and it's going to be amazing. And today, though, I'm going to bring this out because I was so happy. My heart got filled today by Char. I just click on, and here she is, and smiling, and beautiful picture she sent in to us, and she's so excited and happy and shining and bringing it through with her passion and her energy. And guess what it is? She saw her daughter today. And that is what really has to be brought out also, okay? We've been bringing out the stuff that has been pretty devastating, but we also want to bring out some good things that do happen along the way and how parents really feel about that. You know, we saw her get a little emotional last night. Right, Char? We saw her this morning get a little emotional, but then when you see that smile on both of those faces, all of that gets wiped away. Her smile and her joy cannot shine any brighter. It gives you chills for all of us. And for anybody out there, we hope that you feel the same way that we've seen with her today in what we've seen and what she's brought out for us. Char, can you tell us, how were you feeling last night? What was going on?
Last night was notification, obviously seeing my wee one today, for Ray of Hope. I've not seen her in about 9.5 weeks. A few of those weeks she had chicken pox, normal things. The rest of the time we've just secured a residency order, which means my child will forever be with Blood Family. It's in front of the sheriff. Social services again have been playing some little games with my visit. Silly little reasons, things, sometimes blatant lies, and they stop your visit, they punish your child for not seeing you. So it was about 9 weeks without a visit. I was very emotional. Thanks to emotions that always came through each battle. Looking forward to it, excited. Sad and worried and anxious as well for seeing my own child, wondering how she's feeling, is she any question, is she being upset, is she cuddle me the day, is she thinking I can love her, a good flick. Very emotional times in the run up, so I'm just thinking what's happening on that day. Child, but always recognition.
I want to say one thing. Can you tell us exactly why did they take your daughter? Tell us.
I'm kind of what seems to be a textbook case in the United Kingdom. The quick version, my husband experienced some family troubles, not his own family, that affected his identity, started causing depression symptoms. He was put on a resource waiting list after genuinely going and asking for help, going to government agencies, the GP, seeing a psychiatrist. He was advised PTSD, CBT, types of therapy. He was placed on a waiting list for just over 2 years. Obviously, we understand mental health in every country, it's the same. Symptoms got worse. 2.5 years of time away, it became suicide, very unbalanced, very another family situation, a big shoot about, and a few staff that I was able to put this up in front of my two children. My head was fractured for I broken eye socket, a lot of bruising, injuries to the naturally, social work came round, I was supposed to feel everything, spoke very honestly about what he'd done. We were given a risk assessment, which is done as normal when there's a children got in house. Risk assessment, everything was fine. 4 weeks passed, me, my daughter, tried to move forward, we had things back on the brain, healing from the injury. My daughter said, don't have bruises on her legs and on the back of her body. Yeah, all different colours, quite good, is what they were prepared for my knowledge. She was saying, before she was certificate, that we weren't given a chance to talk about it. Social work turned up at the house and basically threatened me that if I didn't allow my daughter to go for a medical check-up at 6:30, check for an accident or whatever, they would get a court order within the hour and my daughter would be able to so even with all my knowledge of the system, that kind of for they had to talk about my own stuff without getting emotional. She was taken to the hospital for an hour and a half appointment. I never heard again social care for just short of 7 hours. Frantic, anxious, freaking out, what's going on. I got a phone call at 1:30 in the morning saying my daughter was and I was told that it's from my district and I was very complicated, that much no contact, and my phone not knowing what was going on Monday, they came out and said they needed to check her ear for any bruising, so they checked her in the house, not a mark on my child, and then out of nowhere asked if it was okay if I was going to use it for a foster placement. Upon this news, I locked my front door, I locked the social workers in my house, I got my family on the phone, who had 12 years kinship carers like yourself, 12 years of doing it with 2 other children, one of who they've adopted. I was told that there was no way she would be considered for a blood family kinship placement. I know the system, thank goodness, and I stood my ground. And God bless one of the workers here, a man actually stood up for me and stood up for their cause and what they're supposed to do. And I hold myself into my family. I was then left for 9 weeks without explanation, without reason. They kept me to justify why it was removed. 9 weeks later, I removed voluntary. I'm quite articulate. I got Scottish Law Society, got a lawyer. I got myself into self-assessment. I went to the GP. I got everything there solid, I was convinced they had no case against me. It was unjust. So I withdrew the voluntary placement on my youngest, done all the letter and things, went to go to the court for my first court hearing for them to try and get a court removal. I was then arrested outside the council when I left the building, thrown in the cell, charged for striking my child, and that's where the case got from there. It was then endless court battles, social work not being ready, court being put off, months. I'm now labelled as a child abuser in the eyes of the system. Now at assessment stage because by those policies, one mark doesn't justify child abuse by the policy. Symptom rehabilitation is what we use, which means rehabilitating to have the children back. Okay? Now for 6.5 months, they avoid phone calls, they don't pick up the phone, and go to the office. Sometimes I sit in and negotiate. That is consistent. So many that have got past fathers who have went through false allegations of all kinds of things. Now, as I say, I gave this a start, I was back to doing this thing, and pressures, and the result is I have court orders in place preventing about threatening things and dangerous on my face, so I can push a bit stable. Or I've got threats for prison and court if I discuss it. I've got on that. So it's beyond just the battle for your children, and you're there, speak up for your children's human rights. Oh my God, you will have vengeance on you, and they will attack, and they will pull and prod your life from all angles. And lucky me, I got exposed at 13 and I'm a system, and it toughens you up, go and you stuff as a limited. But on the other hand, it is critical looking by the type justice of state with the pressure of the and the escalation and the lies and the corruption and the fact that everything is state is what they like. If you want the children, they will like them and create them. If you're not given the reason, they will create a reason. And Afro-17 characteristics two ministers, a visitor, very respectable, very highly respected sports, very quality time to my children. They took them and they rejected them from work, so they didn't have time to report, they didn't have time for my evidence. What decision, and it's a case of it's a one-sided family. That is much for I think that's just a picture of my story. Forgive me because people tell you I don't forgive me, I don't even talk much about my own daughter and I feel so guilty. But she was my little thing woman and 9.5 years to have just so I've not even spoken to her face what happened, you know, I don't know her shit out. It's a very, it's not able to difficult to that anyway.
Tell me today, what were your feelings today?
Today is like all your Christmases have came at once. One thing about the not seeing your child that often is it gives you a deeper appreciation for every second. I really hope I always go outside. I can't sit in that silly building waiting. I go out and I wait and I write at the car to get her as soon as I possibly can. And she runs with open arms and she sits on mummy with her arms round just under my arm and her legs too. She wraps round me like a monkey. I've always called her my little monkey just the way she wraps round me. And she puts her head on my heart and she stays there so long and it's I'll go emotional again, but I find it joyful because all that negative I've told you about for 2 hours when my baby can say mummy and I can say I love you and
Oh my God.
and we got our songs on today which hadn't been allowed for months. We used to play music when we loved to dance and we got to play our favourite song, True Colours, and we had a beautiful cuddle, slow, just beautiful emotional moment. And it just, you know, what I say about love not being physical, it's still there, our bond, we just the connection and when you see her, she painted that beautiful picture, which to all you yellow vests, my almost 4-year-old knows what her mummy's doing. She told her whole preschool class when we were putting her high-vis vest on to go outdoors. She told the full class this is what the mummies wear when they're fighting for the baby. She's so understanding. So her picture is the world with a rainbow doll face. And the yellow is the yellow vest, that's all the mummies and dads fighting for her. And she's so motivated and proud that you're out doing this and it keeps her strong. It does, it keeps them strong. It truly does inspire when I see these children of children and that just and just recharges me to come back out if they shot at and keep the system and make it safe that baby guys are of the world and any mountain just to love my child and still her be loved by a mummy she is.
And to see you today, to see you shining, and to see you smiling, and to see that picture.
I'm a mummy. I'm not an activist or a group member or I stand under yellow as a mummy, and I'm just being a mummy. This voice is for my girl, for my babies, you know. Nothing else, just them.
It was amazing seeing you today, smiling, and to get to see her. And you both look like sunshine. There was two sunshines today. The red light that came through.
You just light up, don't you? They're just children are
Absolutely.
amazing. Children are just so innocent to this corruption and ungodly things. They just have such beautiful perceptions of the world, and the children know the way. I say that. All you need to do is ask the children. They will tell you what humanity truly is. They know.
That's right. That's right. You're correct. And to see you beaming like that after watching you last night and the emotions that you went through last night, and then seeing that today, I think even made it more special because it showed your true emotion as a human being. And this is what we're here for. Also to show the emotions put into this with parents that CPS or social services or whoever it is globally out there, that there's heart involved in this, and there's also with the parents that are out here really fighting for something as simple as what Char's case is, which is possible emotional abuse on her child. I don't know how that fits in some way. That seems like
The majority of court papers, that's what it is. It doesn't matter the reason, everything seems to add up to their weapon, their choice of court order signing as risk of possible abuse. And we have a joke, it's like, I think they're employing clairvoyants and mediums in the social services who can see the future, and that justifies definitely causing emotional harm, definitely causing psychological harm by removing and traumatizing a child.
And I can speak to that a little bit. Like we've talked so far a bit on like forced adoption, CPS just blatantly stealing kids, but there's also like my experience was a consensual adoption. And I still experienced the same emotional trauma because the simple act of being separated from your parent will traumatize every child. And I think they know this because it's a road to steer all of the kids into the pharmaceutical companies, into the healthcare industry, and they can profit off the kids in all of these different ways. And it doesn't mean like the caseworker's beating the child, or maybe even the foster parent is a good foster parent, but that doesn't mean the child's going to escape trauma.
Well, let me ask you, Adam, did they give you counselling for the trauma of snatch?
Yeah.
I was snatched from my mum at 12 with my sisters by the police. It was brutal. My sister can't talk about that, but they gave us no counselling. Nothing.
And things like that, like having the experience I've had, try and imagine that degree of trauma. I can't, because like that is just unthinkable to have to go through that for the parent or the child, like being stolen from your family, or knowing you did nothing wrong and having your child taken away. That's like a whole nother level. But I think it's worth noting that even in the cases where like you got pregnant, you didn't want to have an abortion, you put your child up for adoption, like that's no fault to the parent for that, but there is a system that's still going to exploit that child, whether it's the adoption agency or it's like a corrupt rich family or the healthcare or the pills. That we really need to unify behind the kids in whatever way that they're being abused or hurt or traumatized.
Human trafficking into a product. That is what will become a product of the system, and then we have to pay for our sins, what they made us.
And it was crazy for me. Like it took 30 years to find my biological family and speak with them, and like the silliest thing is that it's like a lot of times people are put into that situation just because they can't afford to have a child. And I don't know the solution to that, but to see society having fallen so far that you have to give your kid away, that's just the solution. Does that really mean that a consensual adoption is a consensual adoption, or is society just leading people to have to do that? And it's it's damaging to everybody. Like, you know, that traumatized my birth mother as much as it did for me to wonder for decades on end, is my kid alive? Is he well? Was this a good decision? Was this a bad decision? And there's like a whole nother side to this issue of like the consensual adoptions where the parents never even know after that, like, is my kid safe or not? And like, that's mental anguish, you know. Everybody.
And the majority of cases over here, I don't know about you, but the majority of children that are fostered, adopted, and children, there is a high percentage suffer sexual abuse. And there is a consistent pattern with what you have said about losing our children. If you were a victim of sexual abuse, especially you tend to end up having the child removed as an adult. It's like an extension of the silent punishment program by the government. You will not speak out and you will do anything to silence you out of a child.
Well, my point was that the prediction that they did on you. How can they predict?
The psychic.
It's a prediction. It's not even. There isn't even a charge. It's a prediction. So how can a prediction cause for them to take your child without any grounds? That's just a prediction.
No. That's sorry. My story is everything is out, and I need to keep. There is a charge. Like many, I have got a charge. I am branded on their courts and their system. It's probably, in my eyes, the worst thing on the planet. And I know with my whole heart, and my friends and my family that support me know that it's been done as a last resort by this desperate government to shut me up about my high society child abuse in a children's hospital. I was the same when you spoke about medicated children. I was medicated very young as soon as I reported my child abuse. You know, all these patterns of behaviour have been going on for generations. If they abuse you, you will shut up, like he said, take the tablet, put your head down, and if you don't, we'll destroy everything you do until you perform.
And that was my experience too. In elementary school, they actually sat all the kids down to teach them what all of the pills were for, what all of these disorders are. And then the teachers after this seminar started calling all the parents. I think your kid has depression, yours has ADD, yours has this. They put everyone on pills. And I wanted, in my own history, when I kept saying, like, don't give me these pills, I don't need this, I'm a normal kid,
I'll tell you what, Sean.
Well, now you've got bipolar, now you've got this, now you've got that.
Oh, that was me. I've had everyone. It's like, no, I was just an unloved, abused child. Try listening.
Right, so, like, I grew up in, like, the age of do your own research. I go and look at these pills, and the side effects are the diagnoses that they're changing it to after they give you the pills for the last thing. And no parents are going and reading, oh, well, what does this do? How does this affect it? Oh, yeah, sure, you're a doctor, you get it. And it's just another system, like, from like just looking at all of these different industries, the kids are the way to get the most money out of a human being. The sooner you can find a way to get them
get them on the phone.
If you take them away, you break them young, and then you can just exploit them for money forever. And it's like the complete opposite of what they're marketing it to people as. Like, we're saving the kids. No, you're destroying them. Like, you're literally killing people.
We know what you're doing. Don't talk crap here. You know, we know.
Yeah, so, like, you know, it's not really a laughing matter, but, you know, in a way, it's pleasant and enlightening for me to see, like, finally people are, like, doing what should have been done when I was a kid. Like, tell the parents what these pills really do. Like, tell the parents what these organizations are really up to. Like, show the agenda so, you know, parents can, you know, engage in an informed dialogue with the right people and not just eat up what they're feeding you. You know, that's someday when I have kids.
Generations of us, not making generations of us who speak out when they're adults when we've seen the product, when we've went through the suffering, when we've destroyed our own lives, you know, when we're already too late.
Right.
And that's every child that has gone through this and now will go through exactly the path we've got. That's the truth of the reality. It's a higher scale now. It's been normalised as forgiveness and it's great. It's not even hidden from the public.
Well, today I was so happy to see what I saw. I can't express it enough. Even just mentioning it brings a smile to your face. To see
That's
you.
Mama ray of hope. That's what she does. She lights up.
And seeing you smile the way you did, nobody can take that moment away from you. Nobody.
Well, that's the reward, right? You know,
Yes.
even if it's on a little thing, like when you get to see someone smile and have something work, the world might still be fucked up, but at least someone's happy today. That's why I
Somebody's
keep going.
feeling some love and some joy. That is what it's about. It doesn't matter. It's joy. It's love, isn't it? It could be 1 minute. It could be 100 minutes. But look at her. Just look at her. It's like.
Yeah.
Social services seriously thought I was going to forget her. Really, really, look at Mary. I hope she's always.
I have one thing to say,
Yeah.
And this is actually to the judges and CPS and the system. Can you please explain to us, if you had made these decisions in these policies globally with a clear conscience of mind, of your mind, because what we are seeing as millions of Americans, our minds are not thinking the same as yours. We are not seeing anything of a benefit for your system. For a human being to be able to do this to millions of people globally, there has to be a clear conscience of mind. Not a global corporation. This is human beings of natural law, of common law. So if you can use common law and say that your clear conscience of mind made these decisions of prediction of emotional abuse, I don't think that happens. For real, I don't think that happens. That means that you caused the abuse to this child and this mother. You caused the harm. And what we've seen today, the smile on that child's face with her mother, she's not afraid of her mother. She's not afraid. She loves her mother. And the emotional abuse is now flipped. The emotional abuse is on the system. The system is broken. So please, if you're out here, please support Char and her cause with her daughter, and let's get her daughter home. Let's surround her with love, light.
And the thousands of other children stolen in my country too. You know.
Anybody out here, please surround them with your heart. Anything you could do, sharing is caring. Please share her story. Please share us. We are exposing CPS and Children's Services with our clear conscience of mind. And that's to show that there are millions of us out here speaking. We all can't be wrong. Char, thanks so much for being here. And we're welcoming you. We're under a yellow umbrella. Adam, thank you so much. We're going to wrap this up.
Yeah.
And we will bring Char live out from today.
I'm just going to play it in this stream after we're done.
Yeah.
I've got that set up. And the last thing to remind everybody...
we want smiles now on you, sweetie. You're moving up. Your umbrella is shining. Your heart is out there. Your voice is out there. Please continue. And if you fall, please know where to come, that we're right with you. Okay, one of us is here always.
Where one goes, we all go.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Thank you, guys. We'll see you.
Very welcome. Bye for now. Love to you all.
Yeah, see you guys. I'm going to play this video. So just to conclude for everybody, we have an event coming up June 17th in New Jersey. It's going to be a Cube of Truth against CPS. We're going to be showing truth and hoping many wake up to this issue. Without further ado, I'm going to disappear like magic and put this live on for you guys to watch. It'll go for about an hour. It's very, very well put together. I think there's a lot of good points in there that you'll all enjoy. So without further ado, here we go.
Hi everybody. I got thrown off and my line seems to have disappeared and I had some trouble signing back in some other device. Not brilliant, Amanda. And these are the moments that need to be put out to the general public, and I don't really give a stuff if people see me broken, so I guess it's always going to be me. Look, a ray of hope painted the world with a rainbow around it to keep us all safe. Her words, the world with a rainbow around it, and I think this was a yellow vest, because she talks about my bands and my badges. My wee soul said, is this more mummies and daddies fighting for all the babies that got stolen? She's so amazing, not even 4 and she totally understands what's going on. My heart is broken. My heart is totally broken today because my daughter had an amazing visit, but she's insecure and she's been emotionally and psychologically abused. Broken isn't even the word. You know, it's ungodly and it's evil and it's not right. My daughter broke when we went to put her in the car, and thankfully I had some compassionate workers that stepped back and told me to take all the time I need. She broke her heart because these ungodly people, they're not letting her spend her birthday with her mummy and daddy. What has Area Hope Mulligan done so wrong in her 4 years that you're punishing her, you know? That's what you're doing. It's games. They tried to stop us being there on her birthday last year and we managed to get at a panel and they said it was ridiculous was the word. Ridiculous to stop a child being with who they love on their birthday. I'm alright, I'm with Wendy, I'm not alone. And to be honest, Amanda, I don't mean to sound ungrateful, but when my baby's in my arms and then having to take her back out, it's wrong. It's wrong. And I don't mind showing the rest of the world what they are doing to us. You're making my baby cry. You're making her feel grief. You're making her feel unloved. You're making her keep saying, Mummy, do you still love me? Look at her. Look at that picture. She's too good for this. Our children are too special for this ungodly world and what they're doing to them. You remove children for risk of possible emotional harm, and then you cause them emotional harm. Absolute shame on you, social workers. Shame on you, social workers and CPS across the world. You have sold your soul to the devil, and you're emotionally and psychologically abusing our children for a wage. Is what you're doing. You're child abusers. You are child abusers, to hear me, South Lanarkshire. Child abuse and CPS and social work. You're making children cry. Now if my daughter wasn't having to say goodbye and be ripped out of her mummy's arms, sorry, she wouldn't be grieving, she wouldn't be sad. My baby never cried. She didn't cry. She smiled and she was loved. How can they get away with doing this? How can so many turn the other cheek to this? They're hurting our babies. This is real pain. This is real unconditional love between a mother and child. And you, Lanark social workers, you are trying to destroy it. Now, I know you're not going to succeed, but the trying is causing harm to my child. What they're doing is crimes against my child. And you wonder why I speak out and why I stand against you. You, culprits in Lanark social work office, are causing my child to cry. I am a mummy. I am a mummy. Now what do we do when some adult makes our child cry? We defend them. Under human rights articles, it is my human right to defend my child from any criminal behaviour. Now this is most definitely criminal behaviour. Criminal behaviour.
CPS and social services across the world are causing massive scales of child abuse, emotional and psychological harm, concrete fact. Well, they steal their children from us, steal our children from us under the risk of possible child abuse or child harm, possible emotional abuse. Do you know that social services are all mediums now? They're all clairvoyants and they can see into the future. You know, it's disgusting. You are stopping me being with my child on her 4th birthday. Now I'm emotional because that picture, I had to beg for a picture with my child that I conceived. I carried her, I birthed her, I taught her everything. I loved her, I kept her close to my heart. I hugged her, I made her shine, I made her so confident. That smile on her face is because she is loved unconditionally. Now CPS and social services, what do you say? There is clear loving bonds. What are you doing, Lanark? It's about time you got it from me because I've not ranted in so long. What are you doing to my child? What are you doing to our children? You see the bonds, you see the love. Your job is to unite families and keep them together. So why are you still sitting at a desk? Why are you not quitting your jobs and standing with us? Do you know? Social services, if you see that crimes are against our children and if you feel that a child is best returned home, stand with us. Get out of that office and stand with us. Speak out. I'm begging you now. Social workers across the world, are you listening? You know that my child is loved. You tell me every time I see you. What are you doing? You're human beings. You've got children. You've got family. And not all social workers are emotional robots. The ones that support me. The ones that are good souls. And I'm not going to name you just now because I have a conscience and I'm not disrespectful. But you know who I am. How many of you have told me that it's unjust return the child? You don't stand beside Katrina Quinn's decision to remove my child. She came from the big city into a small local community and she removed 3 families in my 4th Street village. 3 families in the space of a few weeks. All the children were removed because this monster machine came from the city, came into a new office and done the job of the elite, didn't you, Katrina Quinn? You are the child abductor. Are you going to get me charged and run to the police? You are. I am questioning your professionalism because you have taken my children to buy yourself new designer shoes. You're ungodly. You're not even a parent. You can't understand. You have laughed at me when I cry. You have made bad situations 10 times worse with your uncompassionate views and you're ridiculing me. You're an ungodly woman, Katrina Quinn, and I'll keep mentioning you. You got me charged anyway, so I'll get nothing to lose now. Katrina Quinn from Glasgow came into Lanark office and stole all the children, didn't you? So that you can have designer high heels and your little coats you walk around and your designer handbags. You're wearing our children. In the name of Jesus, yeah, in the name of Jesus, in the name of having a moral conscience. This is hell. This is hell. I pray to my Father every day and I know that He's doing what He can. But humanity is needed now. We are needed now. Our children need us now. I had to beg for a picture of my child and my property in this legalese. My property. Return my property. You have unlawfully stolen my property. It is illegal. It's an illegal removal. Your fake papers and your corrupt lies, it's all crap built on the foundations of an illegal system. An illegal system, an immoral system. You have no authority over us, it's all fake. And that's the truth. Don't you guys worry about me. It's better out than in. I'm fine. I'm crying because my child was broken today. They are putting tears in the eyes of my beautiful ray of hope. And it's not right. Do you understand? Are you listening across the world? They're making tears in my baby's eyes. And they want me to shut up. They want me to say that it's okay to hurt my child. No. under the human rights across the world, I have a human right to protect my child from criminal behaviour. Look up the human rights articles. They know they're in breach of my human rights and more. Worse, they're in breach of my daughter's human rights. They are breaching her human rights. They are emotionally abusing her. They are causing psychological damage, and she's only 4. She's only 4 next week. She wants her mummy there with a birthday cake. She's sad because she can't understand, and neither can I. In a world we're meant to have a fair right to child. We're meant to have human rights. This is not a godly world. It's satanic. It is satanic. Look at that. The world with a big rainbow to keep us safe. My daughter knows. Our children are so switched on to what's right. They know humanity. Our children should only know love and peace and safety and security and stability, not grief and sadness and emotional damage and psychological damage. You're trying to make her a profit maker like you did me. Do you know? They're trying to deliberately make our children feel unloved, rejected, unwanted, insecure, down on themselves, so they'll act out, so that children will start misbehaving, because they do when they're hurting, don't they? Children can't say, I'm missing my mummy and I want to go home. Children can't say, every night I go to my bed, I'm aching in my soul for my mummy and daddy. Children as young as her don't know how to put it into words, so they start to have behaviour. They start to seem like problem children, a bit more difficult. They have tantrums, they have sleep deprivation, they have attention-seeking behaviour, and they're doing this because they feel unloved. They're doing this because you are making our children feel like orphans. Do you know? Thank you. It needs to be shown. It needs to be shown. The whole world needs to know what CPS and social services are doing to mums, dads, grandparents, all family who care for their children. You know, they cut my feet. They're always cutting my feet. They're ridiculous, because it's the truth. I pulled them up so much. They had my daughter in a seat that was for a newborn baby. They had her in another chair that didn't even have a seatbelt. I had to threaten to phone traffic police. They put my daughter at risk. CPS and social work are causing harm to my child, while I cannot have my daughter because I may possibly emotionally abuse her. Do you know? Yous are doing everything you can to help. You guys are vested up to the corrupt. You're standing with us. You're sharing the truth. You know, what we need is the rest of the dumbed down, ignorant society to open their eyes to their heart and hear our children's tears and feel their pain and see their suffering and understand that they are compliant to child abuse. If you do nothing, if you do not stand against this government, you are complicit. You are saying yes to emotional and psychological harm through government agencies. Even worse, God bless my daughters aren't going through it, but there's so many families whose children are being abused in foster placements. The police cover it up. The social workers, it's like Mission Impossible, trying to get them on the phone. I go and I protest in the office because they refuse to talk to you. It's a big game. They take your child and then they cut you out. It's the way it's always been, and it's the way it is across the world. It's a corporation, and they're selling our children. They're selling our children, and they're making our children feel unwell inside, feel negative emotions, so that they can make profit through criminal justice, mental health, the police, the courts, the lawyers, the judges. All of them, all these government-backed agencies, they're all in it together. They're all in it together. Listen to the children. They know the way. The world with a rainbow around it to protect us. Yellow vest. Look, you can't see there's a yellow vest. She knows. The children know. Listen to the children. They have a voice. Don't wait until my daughter's cutting her wrist at 12 because they forced me to stay with an abuser parent. Don't wait until your child is snatched and you don't know what they're doing. Don't wait. Don't wait until it's too late and you end up suffering the most atrocious method of breaking a human being's heart. Because when we have to send our breaking children away into a car with two strangers, it's ungodly. Ungodly. They're victimising us. Victimising us. You go through abuse, you go through trauma. I was assaulted. I had staples in my head and a broken eye socket. I couldn't see, I had my eye glued. And I moved house and I decorated a 3-bedroom house on my own. Social services were nowhere to be seen. And as I built myself up and I got a job and I got childcare and I moved us into a new home, I done that in under 4 weeks. Social services, where were you? Where was the support when I was abused? Where was it? You didn't come near. And then when you seen that I was a victim, but I was not staying victimised, and you seen that I was emotionally strong and I was coping, you suddenly the school and these bruises and I'm a child abuser, and you snatched my children. It's ungodly. It's ungodly. Ungodly. And I tell you something, social services, nothing you form against me will stand. Do you understand? Nothing you do will stand against me, because you are ungodly, you are liars, you are corrupt, and you are acting out of mind over heart. You are doing this for money. You are not morally right. Your conscience is not switched on. You go home and you forget about your job and you don't even worry about these children you're removing. It's a desk job. How many CPS workers are speaking out that they don't get to do home visits because they're stuck in an office doing paperwork? Dispatches put an undercover social worker in. Go on YouTube, I'm going to share it again because I always get shut down. Dispatches done an undercover in a social work office in England. Every single office worker, go and see what they're saying. No weapon formed against me will stand. And I needed to realise that my father is looking after me because he knows me and he knows my children and he knows they're loved. He knows they're loved. He knows they're loved. They are loved. They are loved. They are loved. And they've been stolen from me because I love them. Because I love them. And I don't just love them. Oh, I love them. I love them. You know. And they love me. And they want the mummy. My little girl wants a mummy. And I told her. I looked her in the eyes and I held her face and I told her, baby girl, mummy promised you. And I know it's been so long and I've been promising you now for 19 months when I thought it would be 2 weeks. And I know that you're starting to doubt me, but I promised you, baby girl, soon we will have real time and we will go horse riding and we will go to the park and they won't stop us anymore and we will have a real time together. But I promised Maria Hope I'm bringing her home. Do you understand? As long as my daughter wants to come home, I promised my baby, and I've never broken a promise to my children. And no authority, no government agency is going to make me start letting my children down. Do you understand? Oh, they're spying. I've got a letter from them saying that it's not illegal that I do the videos, but South Lanarkshire Council finds it inappropriate. Inappropriate. I find it inappropriate that you're stealing our children. Do you know? It's ridiculous. Do you find it inappropriate, Katrina Quinn, that I tell the world what your job is? To steal love children for profit? Do you find that inappropriate? I find it inappropriate you're breaking my daughter's heart. I find that inappropriate. I find that ungodly. I think it's the greatest crime that a human being can commit is to emotionally and psychologically cause harm to a child. And you have removed my child on the accusation that I might possibly do that. I might possibly emotionally harm my child, so you go ahead and definitely do that as a fix. That is your idea, helping us to separate mum and 2 daughters after their father assaulted me and we were traumatised. You separated us. There it is. I'm sorry, but I'm not hiding it. This is not mental health. This is abuse from a system on my children. You know? Ask what, Amanda? I've just missed the question. I don't have a problem talking about that. Bruises on me a Lily Bell. I've now basically pled guilty to striking my child on the basis that they will finally do my risk assessments. I've not had risk assessments in 19 months. It is an illegal removal. There was no court order, no nothing. Bruises, the school phoned CPS. My daughter went for a medical to be checked at the hospital and they never brought her home. They used daddy issues with her biological father, who was charged with 14 counts of domestic abuse, to dangle that in front of my daughter. And for 19 months, they've been telling me that she doesn't want to come home, that she's happy, that I replaced her with her sister. She has been brainwashed by CPS. She has been brainwashed by a bitter ex-partner who, on the day my husband went to prison, was on the phone to me still wanting to reconcile our relationship. Now, of course, he's denying it to his new fiancée that he's been with 7 years. But we know what narcissistic abusers are like. I left him and he is punishing me. And he has got the opportunity. And me and my husband's trouble gave him the way in. And we got the opportunity. And Christopher Nayland has now got my daughter. He's blocked her out from everyone she knew. I have lost it in the offices. They know what you're doing, Chris. Social work know that you are trying to block me from her life, but you won't do it. You won't let her have her clothes, her toys, her memories. They broke the sibling relationship. None of my blood family was allowed to be told how Mia is. They have took her away from everything that she loves and knows, and they are trying to break her because my daughter is like me. My daughter is a light to this world, and she is already switched on and out doing the work of our God, and that is why they're doing it. But you won't keep her away. Do you understand? She is loved. Mia, you are loved. She is turning 11 on the 20th of June. And I haven't seen her in 19 months. 19 months. Yep, she's been struck. I'm charged with her being struck in the face. That's where my case is at. That's what they say. And that's the corner I was put into. And that's where my case is sitting. I'll talk to you private. Everyone else respectfully knows that I'm on court orders from the court as well. So if you want to message me private, I don't know who you are, you're new on the lies, and obviously asking if you join a group, a ray of hope, you'll get my full story. But right now are ungodly times and I need to be careful because I've already been trolled and attacked by my ex-partner, by his new fiancée, who of course is going to defend her abuser partner. You know, even though we know from neighbours that there has been things going on in the house. My daughter is now sharing with 6 step-siblings in a 3-bedroom house. It's ridiculous. The life you put her in is ridiculous. She's in a room on a Kindle with a father that doesn't even know how to hug her. She has no emotional bonds. They do not know my daughter. He barely visited her. He barely remembered her beyond Christmas and birthdays of his own choice. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous, Cheryl. You're welcome to message me, honey, but now is not the right time. I've just had to leave my beautiful daughter, who's turning 4 on the 13th next week, who broke her heart, broke down, because I can't be on her birthday. Have you any idea what that's like? Social services. How do you explain to a tiny little child that her mummy can't be there? How do you explain that? How do you find the words? And the most awful part is it being a mum. I know it's my job to look after her emotional state. So we hold back the tears and we make sure our babies are okay. But when I shut that car door and I turned, I broke. I broke in the street and you can't hold it in. I broke for my daughter, for my beautiful ray of hope. Because you're causing her grief, you know? It's ungodly. It's ungodly. It's absolutely... They're breaking our hearts. They are breaking our hearts every single day that you do not stand against them. Every day that you will not stop your fighting. Stop this. I mean, look at the groups. Every group. The King's Flag, the Dragons. Every single group. What you need to remember now, I'm pouring my heart out to you because you're meant to be standing for our children. Do you hear? The King's Flag, common law, it doesn't matter. All of you guys are trying to save us. So all we should be doing is respecting each other, because I don't care how you get them out. Quite frankly, just get them out. Just get them out. And if you guys could only show some respect that you are all trying to save us from these establishments. It doesn't matter if you disagree on each other's ways. You're all working for the same goal. You're meant to be standing in unity for our children. And while you squabble like a bunch of children, your way's wrong, your way's wrong, I don't give a stuff what way gets us free from this establishment and corporation. And do you ever think that if all these organisations came together, just maybe all your different angles as one unified yellow vest movement, and force a referendum for the people, force it, force their hand, stand together, you might actually have the power to do it. You know, we're meant to be unified, and we've got grown men on Facebook squabbling, hating on each other, while our children suffer, while our children are stolen, raped, murdered. You're meant to be standing for the children. Open your hearts. Stop attacking each other, because every single one of you, all of you, you're trying to save us. You know, you're meant to be unifying in a yellow vest. This is not about common law king's flag. This is about us, the godly souls, the moral conscience of the world, united, unified under yellow vests. Why are none of you wearing a yellow vest? Why are you all still wearing your own group logos? Why are you not uniting? I thought you cared for our children. Am I being harsh? Am I being too honest? I'm sick of coming on Facebook and watching all these groups try to pull us in all different directions. The only direction is to feel with your heart. And the only direction is to save our children. Not ourselves. Not make someone in power. It's not about what you can do for yourself. If you would just open your hearts, stop your divides, stop your squabbling, you do it. You'll do it. Stop all this crap and divides. It's our children that are bleeding every day. Our children are bleeding out every single day that you do not stand together. I have friends in every organisation. You all support me. Make me your common goal. I'm asking you now, all my brothers and sisters in the UK, I'm begging you, stop fighting. Stop dividing us. Please just listen to your hearts. Listen to your hearts. And stand in yellow. Stand together. Stand as one like France, and we can do this. I am begging you to save our children. I'm begging you. The right way is for us all to be standing in these with our hearts on our sleeves, saying that our suffering has gotten too much and we are standing for our children. If you cannot find an agreement on anything else, no common ground, the yellow vest will give you the unity, because we stand for the children. We stand for the children. Now, if you're more interested in fighting about whose legal option is more suited, you're not standing with your heart. You're not standing in the light of our Father. And we need you. Our children need you. We don't need dragons and King's flag and EDL. We don't, look at the boys for EDL marching with Tracy. Look at the vets supporting us. We need you all. We need you all under our yellow umbrella. And if we're going to rise like France, we need to do it, and we need to do it soon. The 29th of June is an opportunity to show the government that we are one. Where one goes, we all go. Now, when I started this, I believed in you all. I thought you were all on the same side, but you're not. We're all supposed to be on the side of our children. Stand for your children. Save our children under the yellow vest. It is the only people's movement. It's the only voice for the children that is honest and truth. And it is from love, and it is from suffering. And I'm not trying to be famous. And I'm not going to become Prime Minister or King or Queen. I don't want none of that. I just want our children to stop suffering. I just want us to have a chance. To be a family unit. To be loving. To be kind. To work hard. You get yellow vests everywhere. Mine's is a different one, because I done a protest last year outside the Scottish Law Society on my own before the movement hit the UK. So I had been following France, and I watched, and I've learned from my brothers and sisters in France. And we are not rising up like France, because the leaders of all these groups are fighting. They're on Facebook, YouTube, slagging each other off. You've done it with me too. Did you see me sitting doing it? No. I gave one reply as an explanation and that I am not supporting this way. No, I was on so many lies. I don't believe common law, the King's flag, or any other legal process that our government has to approve is going to set us free. I believe that you guys are going to set us free. I believe that forcing a people's referendum for the people, that is what we're going to do. We are the power, not legalese, not legal paperwork. They're never going to set you free. You know, we are an international movement and we stand internationally in countries across the world, and we are the light and we are the truth and we are the way. We are the way. Just like America, we find our moral conscience and the answers, and the narrow path will become so clear. But we can't see the path because there's so many selfish people making it about their organisation. It's about the children. It's about the children. So why doesn't every leader from every group that's saying our way's the best, our way's the best, their way's crap, that honestly you're worse than women, it's ridiculous. Why don't you stand and form a group, a council of every leader from every option that's trying to break us free of Westminster? Form a group, every leader, every spokesperson, get your heads together and get us the fuck out of this system before more children die, before more children are raped, before more children are stolen. Get your heads together. If you're doing this for the children, do you know, get them together. Get your organisations, get a one council for the people, get your yellow vests on to show your unity. We are under a banner of yellow, we stand across the world, and you figure out a solution for us. Because we are sick watching you squabble like children while our children's hearts are breaking. Do you hear? This is not an attack. It's not a criticism. It is pleading with the United Kingdom organisations to come together under yellow and fight for our children. Do you know? That's what you're claiming you're doing. Now, if you were fighting for the children, you would be sitting holding my hand. You would be sitting under yellow. Yeah, it needs to be built back up because all these selfish people are broken it down. They're broken it down for their own self-glory, for their own power trips. Do you know? We are humanity. We are humanity. We are the heart of this country. And the heart of this country is bleeding. It is bleeding out. And you guys stand there in your lives and you say that you care about your people. Well, if you care about your people, you prove it on the 29th of June. I am not travelling to London to watch a bunch of men fight and argue. I'm ashamed of that. I am ashamed. We stand in unity. We're not supposed to just be being civil. We're supposed to be standing together. No, don't ignore the truth. Listen to the truth. Focus on the children, the children, the children, the children. It's all you need. And you will not fight with differences. You will not stand separate in little clans. It's like the playground. All these different little groups. Where's your yellow vest? That's why I said about Tommy Robinson. Where's your yellow vest if you're for the people? Where's your yellow vest? You're all wearing your own logo. It's like a competition, isn't it? A popularity. This is about our children. Our children are suffering every day that you will not bend your knee and set your ego aside and say that the yellow vest is a unity of so many organisations that are coming together for the people in the United Kingdom to give us a voice. Are you going to do that for these children? Or are you just going to keep serving your own glory? You know? Are you going to bend your knee to our Father? Commit your sins. Commit you were wrong. Admit you were wrong, sorry. And show unity. Show our children that we can be the bigger people. And for our children, we will finally stand unified in yellow. Yeah, they hear us. Because it's the right way. It's the right way. It's the right way. Every other country is doing it but the United Kingdom. And I think these guys are needing a woman to tell them, it's not right. It's not right. You're causing divide. You're causing people trauma. These times are hard enough. Now, if we're not one voice, one love for our nation, we are not going to do this. We are under yellow because it breaks away. All your groups have done the work. We know this. We respect you. We thank you from the bottom of our hearts But now it's time to bring all your hard work together and show the government an almighty army. Listen. We are begging you now, patriots across the UK, stand in yellow with us, please. We are women and children, and they are making us suffer. My heart is open, and my hand is out, and I have friends in all your groups, and you all support me, so hear me. Feel what I'm trying to say. Take our hand, put down your banners and stand in the yellow. For our children, we beg of you now. Help stop us suffering. What are we doing, you know? What are we doing? Every single day, more children suffer. Every day. Just chop off. You see? Because I'm telling you the truth. I am telling the truth. We have got it right in yellow. Yellow is the way, and the corporations are fearing the yellow. Mine is a fitness one. I had it for horse riding. Do you see how they try to cut me off to make you think that I'm down and I'm low? I'm not. I'm pouring out my heart to the whole of the world. I'm showing you the pain and the suffering, because I want your hearts to switch on, and I want you to all be standing in yellow and standing under one banner and saving our children. I am not broken. This is care and empathy. This is passion. Because we must. We absolutely must. We must unite. You know, I don't care what club you used to be in. I don't care what charity you were in. Yellow is the unity. Yellow is the strength. Yellow is the truth. Yellow will bring you the peace. Yellow is the justice. And it is a global movement. And you need to get a yellow vest now. You need to. For our children. Because the children are not giving up, are they? Let's show them that neither are we. Across the world. Will you fight? Because I'll fight. I will fight to my last breath. I will fight. Will you?
Yeah.
That's what we need to ask them. When you're doing all your research and your legal crap on Facebook, are you fighting for our children? Will you fight for our children? Will you stop paedophilia? Will you stop child trafficking? Will you stop this? Will you fight for our children? Now, not tomorrow, not next year. Stand and fight for our children. I know you are, Fiona. It's not my pain, it's my children's. In this ungodly world, why are they, do you know? Why are they just ignoring this? We are right, and God bless each and every one of you souls. You're switched on, you're thinking from heart. This is children. Do you know how many times do we need to say it? They're going through your children. They are abusing our children. We must fight. We must stand. We must be recognised globally. You know? And I know the yellow vest is the right way. We just need to drag these Stone Age ignorant people into the yellow movement, and we can go and we can save our children and we can remove these evils. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Because they're not going to award you legal processes and power. Forget that. It's not going to happen, and that's me not criticising any method. Good luck to you all, and I'll be the first to shake your hand. But if you think a government's going to say, oh, well done, yeah, we're going to stamp your legal procedure and we're going to let you out, are they fuck? Are they fuck? They're shutting down their own business. Don't be ridiculous. We have to force them. We have to force them. It's happening because it's a corporation, it's a business. Governments are a business for the elites. And I don't know about you guys, but my children are not being fucking products any fucking more. There I'm swearing, there's the Scottish in me. They are done making you money. You're not abusing my children so you can be greedy when you've already got hundreds of billions in the bank anyway. It's unnecessary. We get help from our Father, from the Creator, from the grandest authority in this world, from the only authority. And he has blessed me, and he has given me the authority to stand against you, because nothing they form against us will stand. Nothing they do to you will stand. Do not fear their evil. Do not think that their tricks and their psychological abuse is going to break you. It's not. It's not going to break you. It's going to hurt you because you're human, because you've got a heart, unlike the ungodly creatures in social services. But you're going to rise up again, and you're going to cry like me. And what's there? The foundations of a patriot and a mother and a child of God, and an unconditional love for my Father that tells me, you keep going, Charmaine. You got this. You have all got this. And you're right, and you're godly, and you're the truth, and you're the love. And you keep going, because you can, and you will. And I trust my Father. I don't trust government authorities, do you understand? I listen to who loves me. I listen to who carried me when I was weak. I listen to who wants me to succeed in love and life. And I wear my armour. I wear my armour every single day, and he blesses me every single day, and he gives me strength to rise again and fight a new day and keep spreading the truth. And in my darkest hour, I am spreading light. Do you understand? I know who I am. I just want the rest of the country to wake up and realise who they are. And the words of John Lennon, the country is run by psychopaths. It is. And then they try and make out we're crazy when they're in there watching children's pornography and fiddling with our kids and punishing heroes and putting people in jail for self-defence. Yeah, we're the psychopaths. You're feeding our children. You're committing satanic rituals to try and be closer to our Father. Well, I'll give you a little clue. Our Father wants nothing to do with you. You're practising to the wrong God. You know, Theresa May, you're on your knees for Satan himself. So don't stand there in the holy temple and shine out words of our Father. Our Father is furious at you ungodly creatures and what you're doing to humanity. Our Father will have his vengeance, I can assure you. He will have his almighty vengeance, and we should not fear no evil as we walk through these shadowy times, because we will come into the light, and each and every one of you will be judged, and you will be brought to justice. Are you listening to the yellow movement across the world in unity? Across the world, you shall be judged. You are being judged for your ungodly criminal behaviour towards your people in 4 nations. Wales, Northern Ireland, Scotland and England is your slaves no more, Westminster. We are no longer your profit makers. We don't want to be in your clubs for profit. We want our sovereignty. We want our freedom. And we are taking our freedom. Do you understand with the Yellow Vest movement? We are not asking. We're not begging with petitions. We are no longer banging our heads off your fake legal system designed to pretend that we have a voice. We are taking what you stole. We are taking it back. And the only way to take this back is to initiate a referendum for the people, by the people, and get them out legally. Now, when our 4 nations realise that we need to stand together to get them out, do you know what? Then we can all be free. Then we can have 4 independent, thriving countries. Does that not sound like a better dream than being in this big club? Do you know? We stay in UK, fair enough. I don't really give a stuff. I just know that these ones in charge in this system is a corporation, not a government for the people. We need to get them out. Theresa, yeah, Theresa made a good laugh about her last night, eh? How does Theresa May attend church every Sunday? I don't know. But our minister father was raping her, so maybe he could give you some answers on that. She was a victim to child abuse by her minister father, and so were other girls and boys. And she covered it up. Do you understand what happens to child abuse victims when no one tells them it's wrong? They become ungodly. They serve the darkness. She thinks that if we kiss our children on the mouth, it's inappropriate. Do you know why? Because her father was probably kissing her with his tongue down her throat. And that's the truth. I was down at Eastbourne, wasn't I? Down at Eastbourne at Theresa May's home, and I've done a lot of research, and I've got a good few reliable sources across the world. These are truth. These are truth. Do you know? Theresa May was a child abuse victim, and she's absolutely standing by paedophilia because she covered it up. She covered it up. Do not hate on her though. Her dad is a paedophile. Her dad, the minister, was a paedophile, wasn't he, Theresa? And you don't think that's wrong. So you are promoting paedophilia across the world. You're promoting it in your House of Commons and your Westminster. It is normalising, isn't it? Didn't this crazy bitch wanted to consider adopting to reform paedophiles? What? Ha! Away you go. Not in my lifetime. Not in my lifetime. It's as bad as the con that you're trying to tell me there, my device going again. She's trying to tell the people that you can reform a sexual orientation. It doesn't matter if it's evil and ungodly. It's what they want to do. It's all they'll ever think about. Paedophiles themselves have told you they cannot stop, even though they know it's wrong. And our government still forces them back into the community. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. I'm charged for saying that. I'll probably get charged again. This is our time. This is our time. It is our children's future in our hands. What are you going to do about it? Theresa May was abused, and when you're abused and you're not saved, you become dark. That's the quick version of it. Listen, this is our time. Benjamin, come home, get your yellow vest, and we will do this. I pray for all humanity, and I pray that you'll hurry up and join us for our children. Please, please forget your indifferences and stand for our children. Now is the time. Oh, I can see that. Now is the time. And we know this isn't about anything, not Brexit, not Scottish independence. It's about our children's suffering. That's all that you should talk about. It's all the banners should say. You know? God bless you all. God bless you all. God bless you all. Amazing, brave souls against all odds, and you are standing. Come on. So take this heart, Lord. I'll be your vessel. I'm Amanda. Come on, we sing. Your love. Just come home. Don't you worry, my Father will heal me, and I'll be right as shade. Thank you. I want all our children to just love us. One banner, save our kids. That's it. That is the answer. I'm listening. The truth is hard work, isn't it? It's exhausting. I'm going to go walk to Wendy, make some dinner, and don't worry, I heal and I come back up because I let it out. I let it out, remember that? I have my Father's Holy Spirit and it will always bring me back. They can't put me in a grave, they cannot put me down. This is the deepest level of empathy you're probably going to see, because I cry for all your children and I know it's the right way. It is the right way to cry for the children, and I will always be proud to be human. It's just emotional. Bless you all. Bless you all. My love is your love. My strength is your strength. This is our truth, our story, our unity across the world, and this is our one God-given right to take something back, you know. In the name of our Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, we stand in unity, and we beg the whole of humanity to rise up for our child, for our children across the world. We beg you, switch on your hearts, join the Yellow Vest movement, and let's save our children. God bless each and every one of you, my brothers and sisters. One love indeed, Kathy, one love. The right love, the only love, the only authority, the only creator. And we shall not fear these evils, because darkness can never put out our light. Do you understand? The time is now. Your time is now. We do. Amen. Amen. Amen to all of you. Bless you all. I'm going to go and take self-care. One love. Vest up to the corrupt across the world. We'll see you at the march, and I hope everyone that's dividing is listening to our voice today, because I am the voice of a child who was failed by this system, who grew up. That is all, and I know what the children are feeling. So please switch on and give our children the opportunities that we never knew. Absolute blessings to you all. Stay in love, stay yellow, stay in tune, and I'll catch up with you through Yellow Vest TV later.
Alright guys, so that is the end of the stream. I would just like to thank everybody who tuned in. Our saying here is vest up to the corrupt, and that's what we plan to do. June 17th, tune in New Jersey. We will be doing a Cube of Truth against the Child Protective Services, and we encourage anybody who can't make it to this to please stand up in your city, in your country, and fight for our children. It is something we can all unify behind. It's incredibly important, and the future that we're going to be leaving to them and future generations is the primal reason for any of these causes, to leave a better future for our kids. In this specific sense, we're talking about reuniting families, which is incredibly important, and I believe with all of my heart we are going to succeed in that. But, you know, like Charmaine says, we have to come together. Even if it's just for this one cause, if we come together, we will be so strong. So thank you for tuning in, guys. I would like to conclude with, if there's anybody else who'd like to do a video like this on the CPS corruption, we're going to keep going, and there will be more videos soon. So enjoy your afternoon or evening, guys, and we will see you soon.